Welcome, I'm Ileana. I felt called to do a reading for Ashley Guillard or Gillard, known on TikTok as Ashley is in the Book of Life. Recently, she has been in the news because she says she used her tarot cards to ID the killer of those 4 university students in Idaho. I have a lot to say about this as a tarot reader. After the reading, I'll let you know my thoughts. For this reading, I'll be using my holographic Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I'll publish a more in-depth flip-through and history of this deck soon, so stay tuned for that. But let's get right into Ashley's reading today. Let's go to the table. I'm going to use the Celtic cross spread. I find that's the easiest and most accurate way to get an overview of a person's current situation. As I shuffle, let's all think of Ashley and ask the universe to bring us the information we're asking for. Okay, let's deal. This covers her. This crosses her. This is beneath her. This is behind her. This crowns her. This is before her. What she fears. Family opinion. Her hopes. Final advice. This covers her. This is the general atmosphere of the question, and we have the moon. The animals represent 3 levels of consciousness. The crayfish represents the early development of cosmic consciousness. The wolf represents untamed, wild, natural connection to the universe, and the dog represents a controlled taming of that connection. The moon, shown here in 3 phases, also represents the same idea. So this card reminds us that no matter how much you develop your universal connection and how much you are secure in your mastery, that like the changing moon phases, nothing is concrete. Despite the trust you have in your inner self, you can still be fooled. Maybe Ashley has gone too far into what her intuition is telling her, forgetting to keep balance with the realities of the outer world. This crosses her. This is the obstacles in her way. And we have the Magician. On the Magician's table are the symbols for the minor arcana, representing also air, fire, water, and earth. His belt of a snake eating its tail is a symbol of eternal connection and completeness. This is why she feels the confidence she does in her inner voice right now. Her cosmic powers are at a high. This sounds like a good thing, but when you're already unbalanced in your approach to reading, the very true feeling of having a strong cosmic bond right now is only exacerbating the divide. This is beneath her. This is something that happened in the far past. And we have the Hanged Man. A youth is suspended by 1 foot upside down. He's only held there by 1 foot, so he's almost free, but almost free is not free. She was stuck. She was being held back by someone or something. She felt she was ready to proceed in her life, but had to wait until things were right to move forward. She learned patience and maybe meditation. Perhaps this is when she felt her spiritual awakening, or maybe that awakening was what was ready to come after the blockage was removed. This is behind her. This is something that happened in the near past, and here we have justice. She holds her sword upright, which indicates defense. In her other hand, she holds scales, which indicate that justice is ruled by balance. Karma has recently caught up to her. I am not making a judgment about the moral quality of that karma, good or bad. I'm just saying that after the block was removed, things became unbalanced, and then karma stepped in to correct this. This crowns her. This is her far future, and we have the Knight of Wands. A knight rides on his steed. Salamanders decorate his mantle. Salamanders were once thought to be able to go through fire without being burned, and here they represent the element of fire, as does the whole suit of wands. If it represents a person, it would be a young man who is filled with energy. He can be both generous and cruel. He is hasty. If it does not represent a person, it means she will have to change her life. She'll have to take control and make whatever mental changes it will take to make those changes. This requirement will seem to drop on her quickly, but when she uses her mind to give herself strength, this is something she'll be able to do. Let's see what happens before then. This is before her. This is her near future. We have the Three of Swords reversed. A hurt is pierced 3 times, and a storm rages in the background. Things will clear. A storm is clearing. This will set her up to be able to do the changes required in her far future. It may be confusing and make her sad, but the neck turtle is a necessary to make the next step. She must become more independent and begin separating herself from what is not serving her or helping her live a life that is happy and comfortable. What she fears. This is the negative feeling she has about the situation. We have the Five of Wands reversed. 5 youths fight with wands. This is a huge use of their energy, but in a negative way. She's afraid that she's going to lose something. She's afraid that even if she surrounds herself with as much positivity as she can, it will not be enough to protect her. She is afraid that she will end up alone, and that fighting some fights alone is the only way to have any chance to win. Here we have family opinion. This is the thoughts and feelings of her family and friends. Here's the Six of Swords reversed. Wearing the Cloak of Despair, a woman is taken across the river with a child to a calm shore. Ashley's family and friends are nervous that she will not come out of her current difficulties on top. They are afraid that she's not seeing things as they actually are, that she's too much holding on to one point of view. They may be right, looking at the moon and the magician. They hope she regains her balance, the balance between the rational and the spiritual. Her hopes. This is the positive feeling she has and her hopes. Here we have the Ace of Cups. A hand from a cloud offers a cup overflowing into the lake below. The lake represents the subconscious mind, and the water lilies signify eternal life. She hopes that things will flow freely. She hopes that the devotion to the spirit will fill her material cup to overflowing. She hopes she will be able to get the love, support that she needs, and that comfort and happiness are just around the corner. Final advice. This is the final outcome, the synthesis of the entire reading. We have the Three of Cups reversed. 3 maidens raise their cups in celebration of a prosperous undertaking successfully completed. Pleasure turns to pain when you indulge in anything too much. Be careful not to overindulge. Everything needs to be balanced. The people closest to Ashley wants what's best for her and want her to be happy. Based on the rest of this reading, I would advise her to pause in her devotion to the spiritual. She has lost the balance in her mind, meaning she is slipping farther away from reality because of her increasing belief in her own cosmic power. There was a time when she was unaware of her link to the universe, but felt something was about to change for her. The time came when she was able to pursue this passion, and she put her whole self into it. She transformed herself into someone that she could not perceive of just a few years ago. Her power to change will be challenged again, because soon she will come to understand that she needs to change. And then that change will happen, and it will feel sudden and impossible. It is for her own good, and she has transformed herself before. She feels she is going to lose something, but those closest to her will stay close and support her when they see that she is taking steps to change. She hopes she won't have to turn her back on her spiritual practice, and that she won't lose the support she needs for comfort. The thing to do to solve all these problems is to have a more balanced practice that takes into consideration the realities we all must deal with, as well as the divinatory power you feel drawn to express. Okay, let's chat. I'm actually again blown away by the tarot and what it can do. This reading is for Ashley, and if she happens to see it, I hope it brings her some clarity and comfort. But I did not realize this would happen. This reading has also helped me. Coming to this video, I felt one way about Ashley and what she has done, but now I feel differently. I have not been able to spend the time I would have liked going through Ashley is in the Book of Life on TikTok, but from what I scrolled by and sampled, it seems like Ashley started doing tarot readings on her TikTok, which is totally fine and can help many people if done correctly and with an open, loving heart. I don't know her, nor have I spent much time with her via her videos. I cannot say if she was ever a good tarot reader or psychic or whatever she claims she is. Just to be totally clear. Then she was selling an ebook about femininity that made many TikToks about that. I have not researched what the ebook is actually about, so I cannot make any value judgment on that. But then she started reading 2 self-mysteries on her TikTok. It seems she read 4 and made predictions about a few other crimes before the one she is getting sued for right now. Now, tarot is a very useful and powerful tool when used by a devotee that is willing to put in the time and effort to hone this thousands of years old system. But tarot cannot solve crimes any more than they can pick winning lottery numbers. There is a reason that no police stations have a tarot reader on staff. It is almost an abuse of the cards to use them in that way. You may be asking, well, what is the tarot useful for then? Let me give you an example that the tarot has just given me right now in this video. I mentioned before that my feelings about this case have shifted because of this reading. Before I read for Ashley, I was annoyed and frustrated at seeing someone use the cards just to gain likes and followers and views. I knew the cards would never be able to do what she claimed they did, and it felt like she was tarnishing the name of tarot practice when it's already hard enough to tell people you read tarot without them snickering and judging you as a crazy person or a flake. After I read for Ashley, I have more sympathy for her now, because I understand what led her to push the cards beyond their usefulness. She may have been jumping on the bandwagon of true crime to get more clicks, but she also allowed her own confidence to throw her way over the line of rationality and truthfulness. The cards value truthfulness and rationality. They require sincerity and devotion, study and openness. Ashley pulled all those stoppers out and let her imagination blind her to what was actually in front of her. All tarot readers loosen the binds on our creativity to intuit what the cards are telling us, but you must not let your imagination dictate what the cards are saying. It should be a partnership between the cards, your rational mind, your creative mind, and the energy of the universe. We see here with Ashley what can happen when you forget to humble yourself, to remember you are only a go-between, a cog in a machine that, while necessary for the functioning of that machine, is not the biggest or most powerful one. And this is what the tarot does so well. It gives us a way to understand other people or ourselves. It tells us what may happen and why they may happen, but always in terms of motivations, blockages, fears, growth. I hope that other tarot readers speak out about how they feel about someone claiming tarot could or would be used to finger a murder suspect. Please ask your favorite tarot reader how they feel about Ashley is in the Book of Life. I'll ask some myself and may make a follow-up video on this subject if I feel it is necessary. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I always enjoy our time together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. This is a subject I would love to hear your feedback on. Until next time, goodbye.